Hello, this is Rusty Walker, your boat biz guru with Walker's Ventures. And today we are continuing our training session with the sales managers and some of their duties. We've gone over some of their desking duties, some of their responsibilities in the sales desk office, and some of the responsibilities with the sales force. We've talked about some inventory issues and responsibilities that they have, and some ways to try to control those to the best of our ability. We've talked about sales meetings and kind of the proper way to run one, or kind of the accomplishments or what you want to accomplish in a sales meeting. Um, Today, we're going to talk about uh, one of the most profitable departments for sure, but by golly, it's the one that can bite you in the rear end. Okay. And we're talking about used inventory. Used inventory is great. Used boats sell awesome. Gross profits can be awesome. Uh, but there also can be a lot of water out there. That's what we used to call it in the car business 100 years ago, was water. Isn't that funny? But what water is where your inventory is overvalued. If you have, or you put $20,000 in a used boat, and uh, a month or two later, in reality, it's a 12 or $13,000 boat, never was really worth 20 grand. Uh, but the profit on that front end deal, on that first deal, was figured probably at that 20,000 figure that somebody put on that boat, whether it was a sales manager or someone else. But appraising vessels correctly is one thing, and then when to pull the trigger to get rid of them to minimize losses is another. Uh, so many times have we seen where false profit is in overvalued trades. That's just it's something certainly to be cautious of. Uh, it's a new manager tactic. We have to be very careful when we hire new management, when they start making deals. Having a trade in appraisal system is really important. The determination on what I'm going to do with the trade in, and then evaluating it properly, how we give the customer a good number, to give him something that he's going to feel good about, yet it's not going to get us in a trap. So there's a lot to do when it comes to appraising a boat. But false profit, or water as we call it, because hey, I've got what I think is three or $400,000 worth of inventory, used inventory, sitting on my lot. Where if I had to take it and unload it tomorrow, it's 200,000. So really, there's 100,000, give or take. That's just not there. It's water. Again, that's the term that we use. So we have to be very careful not to have water. That's a We shouldn't have any. How do we do that? Well, we'll talk about it. And it really comes down to appraising the used boat or RV or whatever we're talking about. Because we have to make the determination, number one or number two, is it something that we're going to keep for resale because it's a nice boat and it's something that is desirable, or it needs to go away? It's a wholesale boat. If it's a wholesale boat, then every dealer should have a wholesale dealer, at least one or two. You only really need one, but one or two dealers that deal in the wholesale market, that you can pick up the phone, describe the boat to, and let him put a number on it, a buy figure, as we call it. So we know when we're working the deal exactly what I'm going to be able to turn it into money for, right? I can figure my deal accordingly. I don't know what I have to show the customer in order to make the deal, but the actual cash value, I already have a buy figure from my wholesaler. That's guaranteed money to me. I don't have to worry later about, oh, am I going to get my 5 grand out of this boat? Or am I going to get my X, Y, or Z out of this boat that I thought it might be worth? The market is it's too willy-nilly. So determining if it's a keeper, as I used to call them, that's something we're going to keep on the lot and then sell, or it's a wholesale boat. If it's a wholesale boat, call your wholesaler and get a buy figure. If it's a retail boat, if it's something that we're going to keep in stock and sell because we can make money on the other side and have all that profit potential, plus this is great business to be in. We don't get that many opportunities to get a nice used boat. So when we do, and we get the chance, and we want to put some money into it, then we have to learn the terminology when we're talking with the customer that's trading it, that this deal is based on inspection. We're definitely going to have to negotiate how much we're giving them for the boat, and that's part of the negotiation process we can talk about another time. But once that's decided upon, it's still not cut in stone. We have to give ourselves the out during negotiations that, Mr. Customer, this is subject to your boat passing inspection through our service department. We're going to pull compression on that motor. We're going to make sure that it's running properly. I can't sell that engine to another customer and it has an engine issue. I'm not going to do it, and I'm not going to spend the money to fix it. I need to get in there and I need to look at the boat. If it's a nice boat and it checks out, I want it. It's great merchandise. I want it. But if it's not, it's not. So, and I would rather walk away from a deal instead of making a $5,000 mistake. Unless I can absorb it. Okay, I've got enough gross profit in a deal where it doesn't matter. And good for you if that's the case. But don't get yourself in that trap. You make sure up front that we let the customer know that that this deal, as you can appreciate, Mr. Customer, is subject to seeing your boat and having it examined. Because most of the time the customer's boat's not at the store, right? They're usually not there. The boat's usually slip somewhere or on a trailer somewhere. So usually it's a matter of seeing it and getting it inspected. Plus, we want to get that boat pulled into our service department anyway, because what does that do? It Now we own their boat. It's going to be hard for them to go trade it somewhere else. So uh, trade appraisals is very important, and we want all that we can get, but don't get into the deep water trap. It is so easy to do. It was easy to do in the auto industry 100 years ago. In the boat business, it's even easier because boats, they're just not, if they're not checked out and they don't run and they've had issues and you don't know about it and you don't know what you're going to have to spend to make that boat right in order to sell it and be able to not worry about that later and be able to warranty that boat, let's make sure it's correct. And a customer is not going to object to that. And if they do, it's probably because the boat has an issue, right? Just like on our end, we become the customer on that. We're trading a boat or purchasing a boat. So appraisals or having a system for appraisals is really, really important because in no time, what you think is real money that you've already paid a commission on because you've counted it as profit. You've already counted it for last month's or 2 months ago or 3 months ago, whenever that was uh, sold, and you counted it as profit. And now you're sitting there and you're underwater thousands of dollars on that same boat, okay, because it wasn't done properly the first time. That boat would have been checked out. You'd have probably known there was an issue and you had to spend that extra money in service to get it right. Or you would have found out it had issues and you didn't want it and you should have just wholesaled it, picked up the phone, called your wholesaler, got that buy number, and told the customer, look, Mr. Customer, we checked out, we found out that it had this issue. We've called and got a purchase figure for you. Yes, it's less than the one that we had originally agreed upon, but there's an extra 5 grand worth of repairs. Look, that's up to you and the customer if you want to move forward in that direction. You're not cheating, you're not stealing, but it's foolish to commit to anything without seeing it, touching it, and being able to check it. And I've seen it as a mistake because we get antsy. We look at a book. We think in order to make a deal, we have to get them to agree to that number. And I do agree. We always want them to get a sign up, but there's nothing wrong with subject to, right? Subject to inspection. It makes sense. And then we'll have plenty of urgency to go get that boat, like tomorrow. We'll get somebody, we'll get the yard guy or get the salesman or get whoever, go get that boat. And the sales manager will get that thing in service and do what we used to call I believe it was like a 15-point inspection. And we actually used to use our warranty company's inspection for used vessels. So we would go right down the list and check those warranty issues. Then I would know that I can warranty that boat to the customer that I sell it to. It's already passed all the items. I don't have to worry about it, right? So it makes sense. If it's not blowing compression on all the cylinders, or it's got these different issues that it's not performing or up to snuff, then it either needs to be fixed or I can't put a warranty on it. And if I can't warranty that boat, you expect somebody to spend 20, 30, 40, $50,000 on a boat that they can't even put a 2 or 3 year warranty on. Not to mention, I'm going to miss the income on selling the warranty. So it's just kind of a trickle effect. So that's my short session on trade appraisals. Make sure you have a wholesale outlet, that you have somebody in your area, and there's always somebody in your area that loves to buy old used boats. First of all, and if you don't want it, if it's a boat you don't want, you let the customers know, look, you don't see anything like that on my lots because we don't sell boats that old. For the same reason you're trading it is the same reason we're going to go ahead and sell it. And whatever the wholesale value is for that boat is what we're going to give you, Mr. Customer. You understand that. We're going to discount our boat. We're also going to give you whatever your boat's worth. Make sense? Great. My name is Rusty Walker. I'm the Boat Biz Guru. Have a great day, and we will see you soon.